How's everybody doing? BP here. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about Pacific Biosciences of California on the move it made today, 10/1/2015. Stock had a crazy move, went up about as high as about 60%, I think, during the day at one point, which is a pretty crazy move. Had a really solid uptrend, as you can see. It just kept making higher lows throughout the day. Double topped here about 590 and then dropped down a little bit after hours and kind of holding steady there. Now, the news on the company was that they came out with a new sequencing platform, a new version that has a higher throughput, more scalability, and reduced footprint. So it just sounds like it's another version of the one that already exists. The news doesn't seem to be that strong, in my opinion, and so it's likely that there's something else behind this move. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the articles that came out on PACB today. So looking here, you got the Motley Fool put something out, and if you read through the article, it's fairly bullish. I'd say overall it has a bullish outlook to it. And the Motley Fool, is a well-known publication, a lot of followers, and it's known to be a very good publication. So, when they put out something, people are going to listen. So that could be, part of the reason for the move. Also, you have Insider Monkey, which is, again, another pretty well-known publication that's followed. And they were putting out, talking kind of positively about the sector and the company itself. Which is funny because not long ago these stocks were getting crushed on political reasons, talking about the high costs of drugs and how they were going to do something about that politically. And if you look at this, you got, we got Benzinga, which is another big one. And, has a long road ahead, but Cantor's still bullish, so again, some more bullish talk. Then you got 24/7 Wall Street put something out. And I think they had an article out when CANF or WGBS recently were pumped up pretty good, and I think they had put out an article then too. So when they're involved, some funny things tend to happen as well. So and that's just four examples, or probably many more that I didn't see. But obviously, the big dogs, the big hedge funds are probably involved in this, and that's when all these articles start coming out. So it appears to be some pumping going on behind this thing, because the news itself just doesn't warrant that move. Not 60%. I mean, come on, that's just a little ridiculous. So, and I just want to stress that I'm not saying that this isn't good news long term. I'm not saying that this company doesn't have potential for the long term. So for those of you holding long, I'm not really talking about you. I'm looking more at the short term here for the day traders and the momentum traders, people that are going to jump on this, and they're going to be, get roasted and end up holding the bag because they chase this thing too high. The stock's way overbought, and this move is obviously not warranted. Okay, and the funny thing is that they have a presentation next week, I believe on the 6th. And supposedly they're doing 36 presentations at the American Society for Human Genetics. Okay, so obviously to me, they're trying to drum up interest, get eyes on the company, because it conveniently put this PR out a week before the presentations. And I think there's a good chance that there could be some sort of public offering very soon. I see this all the time. Companies like this, they got a presentation coming up, they put out some sort of PR, and they pump up the stock so they can offer shares at a much higher price. It happens all the time. It should be illegal. All right, and it makes me mad because I get really ticked off when the big dogs take advantage of retail traders and leave us holding the bag. Okay, they have the inside information. They probably know what's going on. The retailers chase the momentum. They don't know what's happening behind the scenes, and they get killed. And when you look at the chart, when you look at the 6-month chart, you can see that there's pretty strong and solid ceiling here around that 580 area. That's pretty solid right there. And you can see that at the end of the day, it didn't make it past that. It stayed under. So to me, from a rational standpoint, there's a good chance it could drop off of that level. Okay? Now that's speaking rationally. Obviously, stocks like this can be very irrational. If there's a pump behind it, if a hedge fund's buying up shares, running it up all day, or you got a boiler room making phone calls, or you got people putting out, promoting the stock, it's not going to be something you can rationalize. So you never know what could happen. But I do think there's a good chance it could drop from here once people really read through this and kind of see what's going on. I think they might get scared and unload this thing. But it's possible they could try to run it up again in the morning, try to do another pump and then drop it. I mean, who knows? Okay, so going back to today, you can see that after hours it kind of faded into day, sold off a little bit on that 590 resistance on the 6-month chart, and it's kind of just holding steady right here. So, we'll see tomorrow what's going to happen with it. Just keep an eye out for this thing. Could be a potential good opportunity. It could be a good short at these levels because it did show resistance on that 590. That could be the number. That could potentially be the top. That's what it looks like it's going to happen. So it could drop down. But if they pump it again, it could be another potential to short it, or maybe you could grab a quick scalp on the long play or whatnot. Just keep an eye on it and be very careful. Obviously, with a stock like this, you just don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you could end up losing a lot of money if you're not careful. All right. So for those of you that are holding a position long, I hope this, I hope you will take this into account because I don't want to see you lose your money. I hate that. I'm always on the side of the retail traders. And I absolutely hate it when hedge funds take advantage. So if you have any other questions or concerns, shoot me an email, bprising1@gmail.com, and I'm happy to answer anything. And we'll see how this goes tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.